The Detroit Lions lost another coordinator, and the Jets have their guy. Gang Green has hired Lions DC Aaron Glenn as their new head coach. The Jets drafted Glenn in the first round of the 1994 NFL Draft. Terms of the deal were not announced, but sources told our Adam Schefter that Glenn received a 5-year contract tying him to the Jets through 2029. And Stephen A., what I loved about this is in 94 he's drafted. He always wanted to be the head coach of the New York Jets, and about 30 years later, it happened. Do you like this hiring?
I like the hire. He's a Bill Parcells disciple. And I want to take a moment to give some props. It's rare that you do this, but Woody Johnson, in an age where we're talking about, African Americans getting an opportunity to coach, he continuously gives folks a chance. You got Todd Bowles that was there, give minority a chance. Robert Saleh was there. Now you've hired Aaron Glenn. So give props to that. Give props to the Jets organization for that. Clearly, they need a personality transplant. And when you watched Aaron Glenn coach this Detroit defense over the last 4 years and see the infusion of culture, it wasn't just about Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell brought him on board because his personality mirrors that of Dan Campbell to some degree. And we see how well that worked out for Detroit. I don't believe that Detroit is home right now if they didn't have so many injuries, to be quite honest with you, in all fairness to them. But it is what it is. Clearly, you needed a guy like him. I wondered whether or not you needed an offensive individual, an offensive coordinator to come in there. We talked about that before with Ben Johnson and stuff like that. By the way, Ben Johnson will be here tomorrow. He'll be on the show tomorrow as well, the new coach of the Chicago Bears. So I'm looking forward to that conversation. But in the end, I'm just saying I'm looking at Aaron Glenn, the way that Detroit's defense was playing before all of those injuries took place, the way they found a way to still remain relevant, even though they nosedived to some degree because of those injuries. I like him. I like his personality. I like how big he is on accountability. I think that's what's needed in New York. And I'm confident that I think he's going to do a good job.
Yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm saying I'm loving this hire because Aaron Glenn gives you attitude. Aaron Glenn gives you that type of pulse and DNA that was missing in New York, primarily the Jets. So for me, it's like, what else? What other hire were you going to go? This is the only one that makes sense. Now the biggest question for Aaron Glenn now it turns to, what are you going to do at the quarterback position? I'm not panicking. We already got all the offensive answers that we need, I think we're going to need for the next season already. How can we build the culture? How can we build the attitude? How can we build the bravado? When you looked at the Detroit Lions, primarily when you looked at the Detroit Lions defense, they had this grit about them. Next man up. It doesn't matter who's up there. We're going to rock and roll and put up numbers and give opportunities to the offense. And that's all the New York Jets really will need in this situation.
Yeah.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope you all enjoyed it. Also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.